Good morning. It's March 6, 2017. I'm Matt Briscoe, 548. You know, they're back at it. The circus is back in Austin, and it's in full swing. So these outlandish debates that we're used to seeing from the Texas Senate, they've started. Making jokes about wearing powdered wigs and jailing Patrick Henry. Yep, they've all started. Legislation for jailing up to 2 years any Texas delegate breaking from these previous agreed upon protocols during a convention. Senators not only approved it, some pushed for locking these faithless delegates away for even longer. Texas's solution to everything, right? Lock them up. That's our solution. Good morning, 5:49 in the morning. I'm Matt Briscoe with the Country Tribune Morning update. Hope all is well with you. It's going to be a really nice day today, reaching for a high in the low 80s. It's going to be a pretty nice day. A little bit cloudy to start off, but it's partly cloudy. And 68 here in Burnett. Anyway, back to this idea. The idea is for 34 legislators representing 2/3 of the 50 states to bypass Congress and call for a convening of a convention to draft constitutional amendments to limit Washington's power through things like a federal balanced budget and term limits. Okay? Just so you know, Texas has actually approved 16 calls for this convention of the states, right, in the past. They've done it 16 times. The last time came in 1978. Senator Brian Birdwell of Granbury, who's a Republican, he sponsored this Convention of the States bill, and he tried his hardest to keep the discussion from going too haywire. But as we expected, his colleagues in the Senate really ignored him and endorsed felony charges for convention delegates who advocate for unauthorized constitutional changes that could spark a runaway convention. Yeah, fines weren't quite enough. They argue that because liberal troublemakers like Michael Moore would be happy to pay for fines, Texas said, hey, we'll put jail time out, right? Anyway, something else that's coming up. What's that? Oh, yeah. Yeah, something else is coming up. Starting tomorrow, the fight over the Texas, probably the hottest button bill in the legislature this year, in the Senate, from Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, is the bathroom bill, Senate Bill 6, which is a proposal barring transgender Texans from using a public bathroom of their choice. Well, that's going to be heard tomorrow by the State Senate Affairs Committee. The committee would eventually, I shouldn't say would, they should, they should approve the measure for a full Senate. But getting even this far took a lot longer than expected, given just how much Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick has supported it. The bill isn't necessarily behind schedule, though. Greg Abbott declined to make it a legislative priority, failing to exempt it from state rules barring the legislature from passing legislation until the 60th day of the session. That's next week. We'll keep an eye on that. The Senate Criminal Justice Committee on Monday heard Royce West, the proposal to create a grant program helping police forces purchase bulletproof vests for their officers. Funding would be administered by the governor's office and forces statewide could apply for it, similar to the police body camera grant program that we created last session in the Congress. Dan Patrick, who oversees the Senate, has been a leading advocate on the issue. He vowed for the session to ask for $20 million to provide heavily fortified vests for 40,000 police officers on regular patrol around Texas. The Senate's draft state budget actually earmarks $25 million, just so you know. Okay, in a budget that is already tight this year. So Looks like things are kind of starting to heat up in the Texas Senate now. Finally, things are really starting to get going here. How about this? So let's get a little bit of local news here. Argyle took Liberty Hill 40-30 in the 4A title. Gabby Standifer scored 12 points, leading Argyle to its third straight Class 4A State Girls Basketball Championship with a 40-30 victory over Liberty Hill. Standifer made 4 shots, connected on 4 shots from beyond the three-point line in the second quarter, giving the Eagles 37-2, a 17-13 halftime lead over the Panthers. Liberty Hill closed at one point, though, within 3 points, 33-30, on a soft hook shot by University of Texas commit Sedona Prince with 65 seconds left. Prince led Liberty Hill with 10 points and 13 rebounds. Trailing by 3, Liberty Hill committed 4 consecutive turnovers and was forced to foul out for the Eagles. But anyway, all in all, pretty good season for the Liberty Hill girls basketball team there over in the 4A title. So that's kind of some interesting stuff to watch there if you're into that. Here, I got an odd news story here for you. The Associated Press is reporting that U.S. officials didn't seize thousands of pounds of imported, ready for this, rat meat prior to the Super Bowl. They never issued a warning saying that restaurants and food stores could be selling it as chicken wings, despite reports shared widely on multiple websites. The stories did post last month claiming that federal customs officials at the port of San Francisco seized several thousands of pounds of rat meat imported from China. They also mentioned that an FDA warning that some 300,000 pounds of rat meat could still be in circulation as Super Bowl parties approached. So those chicken wings that you ate over the Super Bowl may not have been actually chicken meat at all, chicken wings. It could have been rat legs. I'm just saying, it sounds pretty disgusting to me. Firefighters in Wisconsin, they got a little intense there. Yeah, they went to firefighters in the Wisconsin community of Maryville had to respond to a fire at a very familiar place, their own firehouse. True story. Firefighters were dispatched around 10 p.m. Saturday, after a passerby reported seeing flames at the station, which was not staffed around the clock. The volunteer fire department said in a statement Sunday that crews arrived to find a vehicle on fire inside the station and they put it out. The fire was confined to a vehicle, but the station had to be ventilated due to heavy smoke. So I guess if you're going to have a fire, that's the place to have it. Current time now, 5:56 in the morning, 68 degrees in Burnett, 67 degrees in Lampasas, 66 in Marble Falls. We'll be back for your update here shortly. I'm Matt Briscoe with the Hill Country Tribune Morning Update.